Yo, 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 my Star Citizens and Noob Gamers. Welcome back to another episode of Star Citizen with me, Menix. And in today's episode, I finally got pirated. And it was fun. I'm not angry about it. I lost about 600,000 in cargo, maybe 800,000 he would have got, depending on where he took it, maybe less because it would have been stolen cargo. But yeah, I wasn't mad about it. So yeah, I really enjoyed this one, guys. So I'm going to play this through and go through my explanation. But before I do, I just want to give a massive shout out to Shibi Pizer, who's just joined our YouTube membership. Really appreciate it, and all those other guys that have joined our membership. I will flash the names up at the beginning for the new members, and then all the names of all the other supporters will go at the end of the video as well. And so yeah, really appreciate you guys. You can hit that join button, guys, if you want to help the channel out further. Really do appreciate it. Also, we're affiliated now with the Impound, and you'll find a link in the description for 3% off if you're getting stuff from the Impound, which will also give us some kickbacks as well. So yeah, with that all out of the way, guys, let's get into today's video. I got pirated. Really been looking forward to having this sort of interaction before as a cargo trader. So I was over here at Microtech and I was doing the run for the fresh food because I needed a couple of million. I was trying to get to the Hull Sea so I could start doing some Hull Sea videos. So I had 9 million to begin with. I didn't get enough fresh food here. I think I only got about 4 or 5 boxes of 8. And I wasn't expecting this to happen. I was just heading up in the air. I saw the guy in front of me there. And then this came up: ThorRaven committed an unauthorized interdiction against you. Charges will be ignored automatically, or you can do it. You can charge him or send the charges, which I did. I'll always do that because then it puts the crime stat on the pirate, and then he has to go and clear it. So it'll cost him money in the end anyway because he has to clear them crime stats. And so I never thought nothing of it because I wasn't really getting attacked. And normally I'm really sort of just hanging back and really lax with my security. I always leave my cargo ship open and I don't think about things that might be waiting for me. This guy did really well. ThorRaven did really well here. He caught me off guard. Luckily I wasn't laden with millions in my cargo, and so you'll see here I get out of my seat because I couldn't understand why my quantum wasn't working. So I was just looking around, make sure nobody got on my ship. Thought, okay, right, let's see what's going on here. Because I couldn't quantum, I didn't realise, obviously, because I was being interdicted. I didn't realise. So I'll go in here and check, make sure there's nobody on my ship. And this is why it caught me off guard, because I wasn't expecting it. And even though it's told me that I was interdicted, I didn't think anything of it because I wasn't being attacked at the time. As you can see here, I'm not being attacked. So he played this really well. And again, he does it again, interdicted me again. But I can't see him around. And so this is why I got confused, because I wasn't getting attacked. I'm wondering if I'd pushed too far ahead and he was still trying to chase me, but he was still within range to be able to interdict me. Now, looking back at it myself, I probably would have been better just to keep pushing forward, because I've got like 50 million of fuel, or whatever, I don't know what the metric is, but I've got 50 million of fuel, and I could have just kept pushing on, just kept making sure my engines was topped up with the power management, so that all my power management went to the engines and they recovered quicker, and then I could boost out more. And I may have outrunning him in the end. He may have run out of fuel. If we'd have just carried on going, he may give up. But because I was unaware of what was going on, I wasn't expecting it, and this is why he did such a good job. I wasn't expecting it. He didn't fire on me. He literally just stalked me. And so massive props to ThorRaven for this, because you really got me good. And as mad as you can be about being pirated and losing 600,000 of your cargo, I was actually really happy for him. Not only that, because when you see him in a second, you'll see he's actually in a Mantis, and you'll know the Mantis doesn't have enough cargo room to be able to take the cargo I've got. But what he does to stop me from getting back to my ship to get the cargo is really good. And he would have then obviously left his ship, pressed backspace, gone back to the space station, picked up his cargo ship, and then QT jumped to his Mantis so then he can start it again, have his mantis where my ship is, and take my cargo, sell it, or go and store it for later, and then get back to his mantis. But that, I think, also hindered him a little bit, because when he took my cargo, I think he had no choice but to go over to Grim Hex with it, because obviously it's stolen cargo and there's only certain places you can sell it, one of those being Grim Hex. So I think he ended up going over to Grim Hex, which meant then he spent time going over there, which then allowed me to come back here and get more cargo for myself and just carry on doing my own run and carrying on. But he did a really, really good job here of snaring me. I was so confused at what was going on because I wasn't being attacked. I just knew I couldn't jump and I was being interdicted. Now I didn't know whether it was just somebody nearby messing around. I didn't know anything was going on. And so yeah, he did a really, really good job stalking me. I had no chance once he catches me, you'll see in a minute. And I think I could have probably outrun him, but obviously hindsight, you know, is a good thing. I didn't realise at the time, because such a good job he did of stalking me and not really attacking me. If he had attacked me, when you see in a minute when he does attack me, I'll run for the hills, and you'll see this in a second. I was so confused what was going on, why I couldn't quantum jump or anything like that, even though I know that being snared means you can't quantum jump. I was just so confused. And there he goes again. But I keep doing the accept. I keep giving him the crime stat. I know it probably doesn't mount up, but he's still going to have that crime stat. He might have. I don't know whether that stacks on. He will end up having to pay 3,000 or whatever it is per crime, per infringement of that. I'm not too sure. If you're watching this video, ThorRaven, let me know. Did you end up having to pay money for the infringements that I did, or did you go and try and clear it at Klesher? Let me know if you are watching this. I don't know whether you watch my videos or not. But anyway, if you're in the Thor, or anybody else that knows, if while he keeps interdicting me and I'm accepting those as charges, are they stacking, which means he has to pay them multiple off, or is he only one that he has to pay off? That's what I want to know. Because in the end, was it worth it? He would have probably made about 500,000. Again, if you're watching this, though, let me know how much you actually did make on this cargo. And so I'm just searching around looking for him, like wondering what's going on. I think this is where I made my mistake by heading back. There we go. So he's now caught up to me because I ended up moving back towards him. And that was it, basically. That's all she wrote for me. I literally had no chance from there. I lost all inhibitions, then I forgot how to fight because I've not done it in so long. I know that you're supposed to be on that pit, but he quickly takes out my back, and I know my back shield is gone and there's nothing I can do about it. I'm trying to spin myself around so that he stops hitting my back shield and he has to concentrate on one of the other shields, but I just can't get him off my back. Obviously he's in a more agile fighter or fighting type of ship. It's got more room and more speed, more maneuverability, should I say, more speed. And literally there was nothing I could do. So my next choice then was, right, okay, I need to maybe start heading back down. Like I just could not keep him in front of me. Nothing I could do. So in the end I started trying to run back down. Like I said, luckily I didn't have millions of cargo. Because if Thor had waited around and done the same again, I actually ended up picking up over 5 million of cargo not long after this. It didn't deter me, but it did make me think twice and do runs differently. Where when I got my cargo, I left it in the freight elevator and just left the place to see if I got attacked, and then went and bought cargo somewhere else, and then did the same again, left and see if I got attacked. And then when I was confident, it was clear because I was looking at the chat and found that actually the pirates was over at OM1 of Crusader. I knew then it was safe, and there he goes. So he soft F'd me here. He did a really, really good job, and props to ThorRaven for this. It's the first time I've actually been properly pirated. There was no griefing going on. You know, you could have called griefing, or he's griefing me because he was in a mantis, but he clearly did a good job with this, because once he took me out like this, he left his ship and went and got a cargo ship to come back and take my cargo. So he obviously knew what cargo I had, and he come back and got it. And you'll see how I know this in a minute. So I'm going to move all these boxes out of my ship and then give myself a marker to come back to. But he's already way ahead of me on this. So just looking around for him. I'm thinking, right, my next task then is to get the cargo off the ship and give myself a marker to come back to. Just in case he was a griefer and he just wanted to blow my ship up, which turns out it wasn't that. And I'm just checking the chat, see what's going on, see if anybody's talking in the chat, and there isn't. And so I'm thinking, right, I'm going to give myself a marker here now to come back to. So that's what I do. I backspace here. There we go. So I'm going to head back to Microtech here, get my ship out. Unluckily for me, I had to get out my ship. I had to clear my ship because I had none here that could have gone over and got the stuff. And I was probably waiting, what, about, there you go, 4.5 minutes before I could. So he's already, probably, with me moving my cargo and trying to get out of the ship, it's probably already about 10 minutes ahead of me. And you can see there now my death marker starts moving on the screen. You can see it there on the little claims insurance screen. My death marker starts moving around. So by this point, I think I knew my game was over for that cargo, because he'd literally took my body and then took it over to Port Tressler. I was over one of the moons, as you saw, and he's took my body over to Port Tressler, and then he says in the chat, you'll see, comes up in the chat in a minute, he speaks to me in the chat and says hello. I didn't answer him back. I didn't want to give him the satisfaction of knowing that he's just done me over. And yeah, so there he goes, Menix NBT, hello. So I knew he was around here. I knew he was. I knew he'd done his job, and he did a good one on me. All props to him, man. I hope he got some really good money from that. Enjoy it, man. Well deserved. And by this time, I knew there was nothing else I could do. Lose the 600,000 and then go and buy the cargo, some new cargo. So I ended up buying, I think, like 9 million of cargo in two different. I got fresh food, and I think I got comp board. I ended up moving the fresh food, and then I had an error because I was testing an error at the time, and I'll show you that in the next video. But yeah, I just wanted to sort of give props to ThorRaven for being a really good pirate and doing a good job with that, and you know, massive props to him. So what I do here is I got cargo, but I didn't put it on my ship. And so this is what I'll do next time. Now that I know pirates are operating around here, I'll leave the cargo in the freight elevator, and I'll just leave the area first and see if I get attacked. And then at least my cargo's safe and I don't have to worry about that. Now I could have jumped servers, but that would have been wrong to jump servers. This is what we've got to live with. We've got to live with the pirates being around. And when I said jump servers, I don't mean jump servers when I was being attacked, because that doesn't work anyway, and that would have been wrong to do that. He needed to be able to do what he's doing. That's his gameplay, and he did a really good job with that. What I meant by jumping servers is once I bought new cargo, I could have bedlogged off and gone to a different server where he wasn't there, and then I know I would have been relatively safe in a new server because there wasn't a pirate there, you know, or may not have been a pirate there, rather than trying to carry on doing what I was doing with the pirate around. But I just kept in the chats and just kept looking at that and keeping an eye on the chats and finding out what was going on. And I think because he had to end up going over to Grim Hex to sell that cargo, my presumption, I kept seeing in chat that there was over around the cruise L areas, around the Orison areas, there was people saying there was pirates over there, and so I presumed that's where he'd gone because he had to sell that cargo. And so yeah, massive props to that. Really good gameplay. I just thought I'd highlight that and show you my experiences on it, and yeah, loved that bit of gameplay. And yeah, so hopefully you liked this video, guys. If you did, don't forget to hit the button, click on the like button for us, hit the bell and subscribe notification. Again, check out the links in the description. You've got our Discord, our org members, and you've got the join button in there if you want to help the channel out further. Really, really does help us. You've got Emily for 25% off Emily voice command that I use. You've also got the impound as well. You get 3% off on that and give us kickbacks on stuff you buy at the impound. We are looking at maybe getting the Sulan from the impound and giving that away in like maybe a monthly draw, and maybe me and Kilthanis, we're looking at maybe doing a monthly draw where we will give a ship away each month. And yeah, so keep yourselves posted, guys. Hopefully you got to the end of this video. If you did, thank you guys, really, really appreciate it. Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Was that really good gameplay by ThorRaven? And yeah, I thought it was. So nice one, fella. See you guys out in the verse.